Welcome, everybody. Today is a special day. It's just Wednesday. It's not really special, but it's just Wednesday.
Every day is special.
Yeah. So it was kind of a impromptu meeting. I just wanted to get together with Elizabeth, and we haven't been together and done some readings for a little bit, so we decided to do that today. And I just, you know, really wanted to come on and say hi to everybody, and if you want to come and talk to both of us, you can on the chat. So let's see. So Elizabeth, any news or any special news that you have that's coming up?
No, not right now. Yeah, just doing same old.
Just living life and loving life and everything else.
Yeah. Okay. Work and home until it's something different.
Right.
Yeah.
I did want to touch base on the show that I did last Sunday. I had Karen Broussard from the Travel Channel show, the Ghost Town Terror. Mm-hmm. That was a fantastic interview. I had a lot of insight on that place. I've also dreamt of that place and had some interesting instances, I should say, dreams, I should say. Mm-hmm. So...
Was she able to validate them?
Yes, and well, for the most part, yeah. Actually, I was telling her about a dream I had about a guy I was there with another person, and we were in the second floor of this building, and I was looking down, and I turned around, and there was this, either he was a farmer or a miner or something of that period time, and he looked at me, and I looked at him, and he said, "Can you help me?" And then I woke up. Mm-hmm. Like I said, the one thing I noticed was the wallpaper on the wall that stood out, and not really specifically because of the design, but it was because it was wallpaper.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so, yeah. So I'm trying to figure out. I've been messaging her back and forth and trying to figure out exactly what room that was. And so if I sent her a message and told her to come hang out with us and to watch on YouTube, because we're broadcasting on YouTube as well.
So. Oh, cool.
Yeah. So she is, feel free to, if she is watching, that she can, type in the comments, great conversation. I mean, it was something that I was really looking forward to. There's some type of connection that I have with this place, and part of it is, I think, is because the fact that it's the Old West, and I love the Old West, and I love everything about the Old West.
Yeah.
So
have you really like dived in or researched your past lives?
My mentor did that once. For me. Okay, and she came up with. Let me see if because I know where you're going with this. I can see your mind is working. So what do you see?
Well, it's interesting because the way that I see it is almost like a flashing timeline. Because I know that you have, because we've talked about it before, your Civil War time frame. But it's almost like it's like a fast forward button getting hit, and then watching you walk into this saloon and like the paved, or not the paved, but the like the really dirt road and the that that type of image. But it was like almost like watching a fast forward button.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's like to get to the important part of the movie.
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
Yeah, right. So I was told by my mentor Shauna Maria, who is a very good medium and a very good friend of mine, and she had told me that she saw me on a horse, I think it was, wearing black. Don't know if I was. She sees a gun and she sees, like if I was a lawman or if I was something of that nature or something like that. But when I told her, I said I love the Rocky Mountains, or I love the mountains. I love the trees, the whole everything. And she was like, it's like, yeah, because that's one of your past lives. And I said, yeah. I said, there's just something about it that anything like a saloon, or I remember the smell. It's just really weird. I just smell this musty wood and cigar, or type. I don't know how to describe it. I guess that's probably why I tried to capture that when I search for the perfect cologne that I usually wear. It's got to be something along those lines, which I've been, randomly searching and thinking I found something, and it's like, no, it's just not it. I'm getting close.
You just got to go roll around in the location.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. It's just one of those things where, the Old West really speaks to me.
Yeah.
Even that in the 1950s, even the what is it, the bootlegging years, Capone and all that. I've been reading audiobooks on the old outfit for Chicago, since I'm only an hour north of Chicago, and some of the history, and I was enthralled by all that. And some of that stuff is just, and not to be morbid, but there was like a lot of gangland, fights and deaths and murders and torture and kidnaps and all that stuff. And as a paranormal investigator and as a person who's a psychic medium, I kind of want to know where the bodies are buried. I want to be able to find out, what happened. Why did you end up where you ended up? That whole information, it's like picking people's brains.
Like the mystery of it.
Yeah, So, so yeah, I just really like that whole history and all that. And
do you think that based off of your past lives, like you've gravitated towards, like, how am I trying to say it? Like if I were to pick a place where I lived or where I would live if I could, do you think that people do that based off of their past lives? Maybe like positive memories?
I kind of do. Not everyone. I think that it depends on how, I think basically how strong that your past life was. What kind of mark did you leave? That you had, and once that, sometimes those past lives can fold over into your current life, or whatnot. But I have seen that in other people, and I love reading about reincarnation stories and stuff like that, and that is really cool. That's just, for me, I've had different visions in my life where I've relived some things that I knew that were part of one of my past lives, and how I knew that was real. It was just annoying, So I do think that those things can leak over into, your new life, so to speak. But I did want to tell you that I actually had a nightmare.
Hey, Shaggy.
I did have a nightmare the other day where, and I don't usually get nightmares. I haven't really had any nightmares since I was little.
Mm-hmm.
But I was laying in bed with Tina, and I had that feeling, that fear, that fight or flight feeling.
Yeah.
And I couldn't shake it. I couldn't, but I was in my dream, I was kind of like awake in my dream, laying in bed, and I had this shadow person standing next to the bed, trying to touch me or nudge me. And I kept telling him, stop touching me, stop touching me. And then I would wake up in my dream, and I could see the hallway, I could see the bedroom and this and that. But it was a house where I saw my very first full body apparition was in that room. And that was the room where our bed was at and all this other stuff. And it was really bizarre. but I just kept like, don't touch me. I was getting kind of angry. I was like, yeah, don't touch me. Don't come near me. This and that, that. And I don't necessarily think that it was something nefarious. I don't know for sure, but it was just really weird that I had that. You know what I mean? So
it almost sounds like a wake-up dream.
Yeah, like somebody's trying to wake me up. I'm like, you're waking up, you're dreaming, waking up, you're dreaming.
No, like, hey, it's time to like awakening. Like it's time, like waking,
okay.
it's time to wake up. Like it's time to start doing.
Right.
That's what it sounds like.
Right, because I know that there's a shift that's coming too.
Oh yes.
So, and if it hasn't already started, so I think
a lot of people I know are feeling. I had like 4 people message me last week about nightmares they were having.
Mm-hmm.
And like people that they don't even claim to be intuitive were telling me about their nightmares and how the dreams that they're having. And I was like, well, it's cool. You're telling me. Why are you telling me this? But yeah.
Right. Well, and part of it too is some people, can connect with other people who know that, either they know that you're gifted or you're just a really cool person to talk to, like you are, So, but no, it's just I've noticed that a lot of even if they looking at things on TikTok and even on Facebook, things are changing and there's like shifting and my dreams have been a little bit more vivid, and there's some dreams where it took me all day to remember that dream that I had about that shadow person. But
have you been able to manipulate your dream yet, or are you?
I've always been able to manipulate my dream. It's just a matter of I'm so lazy that I don't.
You're like, I just watch.
That's just basically. I'm serious. I mean, I only manipulate it unless I absolutely have to.
You're watching the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Donna.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's one of those things where when I used to have what I would call like small, like minimal nightmares, where I would have like anxiety dreams or whatever. You know what I mean? So, if I would have like a demon or somebody come in my dream or somebody chase, which I have often, and I don't pay too much attention to them because I just don't.
Like you're being chased, or
okay. No, they know better than to chase me.
Because like, have you ever stopped and turned around? And what happens when you do that?
Yeah, I'm usually in a physical altercation. And in my dream, I'm actually a lot stronger than, what I mean, what I am in real life.
Yeah.
But
because you're on an astral plane.
Yeah. So I've done that a couple times. But since I've been more open, and I had more of an awakening in that sense in the last 3-4 years. My dreams have been more where I can control them more. Except for the fact that there's certain things that they know how to get me on, certain negative things, and it's kind of like.
So the things you need to work through.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
So, everybody that's watching, I just kind of want everybody to sound off and where you're from.
Donna from Toronto.
I see Donna.
And Shaggy's online.
Oh, Shaggy. What's up, Shaggy? I had invited some people to just hang out, so I don't know if they're going to or not. But
you never know. I wonder if we're going to end up going to, because they said they were going to do away with like daylight savings and stuff, to where everyone was just on the same, like we didn't change time anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
What's up, brother?
So when you go to funerals, and you don't have to talk about your family, but when you go to funerals, do you like normally see or talk to the spirits that are there?
No, I
Is
don't.
it?
I could see. I know that they're there. I know
Yeah.
what. I know when they're floating around. I know when they're visiting and they're this and that. And
Yeah.
I um I don't interact unless they interact with me.
Uh,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I just kind of pay my respects in that way.
Yeah.
And I really didn't know my second cousin, and but because of the fact that I'm close to his mother, I knew who he was, and he was a good man.
Yeah.
He was 60, going to be 62.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's why when I tell Tina, I said, I don't like going to funerals. And
Mhm.
she says, well, nobody does. I'm like, no, you don't understand.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
the same kind of thing that normal people that experience that. It's sad and they don't like, but the range of emotions that everybody has fluctuated in one room is is pretty powerful in that sense. So I didn't prepare myself for this, but because of the fact that I was already in the family fold,
Right.
because I'm related, I wasn't I wasn't an outsider, and it was really weird because all the pews at the church were full,
Mhm.
except for the one that me and Tina in the middle, and nobody sat next to us.
Hmm.
Nobody sat next to us. All the other pews were full. The one in the middle where me and Tina were sitting in the middle, nobody sat there. There was nobody to the left or right. And I was like, she's like, I guess, I don't know what that is, but
What do you think
I
it
don't.
is?
Everybody in that church and that were there pretty much knew everybody,
Mm-hmm.
and they really didn't know me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I really that it was kind of
Mm-hmm.
I've never experienced that. That was really kind of weird that they all just were nobody sat next to us,
Hmm.
and I could see if it was at the end or like at the last pew or something like that. And it was right in the middle.
Right. Were you grimacing at people or something?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't saying
Yeah.
anything. I mean, I was introduced to my cousin Judy's granddaughter and talked to her for a second, and but yeah,
Hmm.
it was just weird. I've been to other funerals that that were like if I have my cousin Tina's cousin who I went to school with had died of a drug overdose, and
Mm-hmm.
I was close to him because I used to hang out with him in high school and when I moved back here, and so it was really weird, and not I wasn't part of the immediate family, but when I went to his funeral, I mean Tina, it was the emotions were off the charts,
Mm-hmm.
and so I have to try to I don't know.
Did you have your walls up more this time, you think?
Yeah, I probably did.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking more specifically of my cousin Judy,
Mm-hmm.
for her loss, and this thing because I really didn't know his wife, and I didn't know it's just my cousin.
Yeah.
Have I felt anyone around you? And Donna, yeah, yeah, I have. Um, I've actually I've had premonitions of relatives pass before I find out. You get the phone call and then I know what it is, type deal. I had that when I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So
Did you recognize it for what it was, or
I
did you
did. I
just?
knew right away. I saw it was my Aunt Ruth, and I knew.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, it was like, why did I know that? I was in high school. I didn't, I knew that I was into the paranormal then, but that was just. But I would get flashes until I understood later on.
Mm-hmm.
that, hey, some of these flashes mean something,
right.
you know?
So have you ever had, so you said premonition, has there ever been something that you saw that you felt like you were supposed to stop?
No. Mm-mm. Nope. That's not in my purview. It's something usually, my path takes me on it's a little bit different. I mean, I'm not, because I don't want to say highly functional, but I mean, I have, my energy is I can get anxiety easy. And I think that if I was to really follow that path, if I was made specifically, I would be anxiety ridden.
You'd go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, that would just be crazy.
Yeah.
So I know you're shuffling your cards.
Yeah.
I can hear you shuffling.
Have you oh, that's nice, Donna. Have you whenever you see those premonitions, do you ever tell anyone about it, like family members of those people, or do you normally just keep it to yourself?
Yeah. No, I just keep it to myself. Yeah, I just got a text from my friend Karen and she said there's no comment box.
There's no what?
Comment box for the YouTube, but I just opened it and it should be there.
Okay. Will that come up on here too whenever you do it, or will that be different?
Yeah, because when I did my show last week with Karen, with Taryn, my sister Melinda was on YouTube and she chimed in on she called me, "Hey, baby brother."
Aw.
Let's see.
Have you seen orbs or shadows?
Yes, I've seen both. With my naked eye. I saw where I was doing my podcast in Lake Sheep at the mansion. Yeah, I had actually caught a shadow on my phone, and when I went to I thought I had saved it. Went to turn around and showed it to my friend, and it was gone. It was like I couldn't find it. I was so mad because I caught it clear as day. But yeah, I still see. There was a couple times, even at the funeral today, that I caught, some orbs here and there. And most of the time, I take orbs with a grain of salt. Everybody has their own opinion on orbs, which is totally fine. You can have your opinion. I'm not going to condemn anybody for believing in orbs or whatever. It's your belief. That's your path. Whatever. That's fine. I take orbs with a grain of salt. I do not believe them, or I you know what I mean. I just if I sense that it's a spirit, or if I sense something, if I see it's dust, or if it's just, so, I take it a lot of things with a grain of salt. I'm not here to, trump on anybody's idea. If they believe in orbs, then that's fine.
My mom caught daytime coming down the stairs. You mean a shadow, Donna?
Yeah, I've caught a couple different things over the years.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a shadow. Oh, there she is. Finally, I felt I was being blocked.
Blocked?
No, you're not being blocked.
Not by us, anyway. Jay, what are you doing?
I don't know. But no. Welcome, Karen. It's awesome that you're here to hang out with us. Yes,
I am
Elizabeth is
shuffling cards. I'm
for
sorry.
a reason. No, she's shuffling it for a reason. I know she is.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So
I'm checking to see if the same card I got the first time comes up the second time.
Right. So yeah, as far as like orbs, especially like if you've got, you know, an old dusty house, or if you're in a different type of location that's abandoned or something, yeah, it's kind of hard to tell which is which. But you know, I've seen some different light anomalies a couple different times. You know, so I don't know. I did have one. Sometimes when I'm asleep, right, even before I go to sleep, or I lay down or whatever, and I do my prayers and all that stuff, and then all of a sudden I'll have like somebody takes a flashlight and goes click right in my eye.
Oh wow.
Oh
yeah.
That happens at least 5 times a week. At least.
Oh my gosh. Like stop. Yeah. Okay. Hey, I was told, I'm sorry. It's like I've been told this like a couple times to interrupt you. Talk about your automatic writing.
Oh, man, I knew you were going to say that.
Sorry, I literally just got told like
because
hey.
because hence I brought down a pen.
Okay.
And I had a piece of paper, and I don't know. You suck. Because I had started to do some automatic writing at work by I don't know, something was urging me to do it, and I had got
Hi Heather.
I got a couple things. Oh my gosh, I gotta remember. I should have brought them down because they're on Post-it notes. Now I have to go upstairs and get them because I can't remember exactly what they said. So you're gonna have to entertain for like 5 minutes.
Okay. Okay,
so, yeah.
You go get them.
Everybody, so don't go nowhere. This could be really interesting. It could. I think I know.
Yeah,
I think I have a know who it has to do with. So I'll be right back.
All right. So I think while you're doing that, Donna, I am going to grab a card from the Dragon Wisdom deck for you because I think this is the one you're supposed to have. So this is actually a newer deck because I'm obsessed with dragons, for those that don't know, and it's the Dragon Wisdom deck, and it's so pretty. Every card is so pretty. Hi, Heather. So Jay and I were just talking. Yeah, so Jay has recently started automatic writing, which is basically Spirit is communicating through him, and he's able to write the stuff down. So we do, usually when Jay and I are on, we'll talk about anything and everything. I love my Oracle card decks. I have tarot card decks. I'm just not as much of a fan of them. And then both of us are mediums. So if a family member comes through, Jay is amazing. I cheat a lot with my Oracle cards, but Jay is very, very good about specifics and I blow your mind really on the stuff that that spirits tell him. And yeah, we haven't been doing this very long, but we're trying to get on here, trying to start doing it once a week for y'all. That way, if we try to stick to the same time frame, and I think we're going to try to do Wednesdays, and then that way, and we might even try to do weekend, like morning, because I know some of y'all are like in places where it's like 12 hours away, and that makes it really, really, really early in the morning for some people. Yeah, absolutely, Heather. So now I'm pulling the card for Donna really quick from the Dragon Wisdom deck, and then I'd be happy to. I have so many. I think I counted like 20 decks or 21 decks or something. I brought 6. I have 6 with me right now. The other ones are in the other room, which I can go get if I need to. But so the way that I do the oracle card readings is I just get told usually to do a couple of things. So either I'll split them in 3 and then give you all 3 of them. Sometimes I shuffle until one falls out. Sometimes I'll just split in half and do one. It just depends on what spirit is telling me to do. I have had times where I've drawn one from like 4 different decks just because. It's been definitely interesting depending on what it is that I get told is needed at the time. Hi, Anne. Yeah, so we'll definitely, I think that might be a good one for the, if I go grab the Dowsing Rods for you. I actually haven't done Dowsing Rods live before. Not that I couldn't, but I just haven't. I love my Dowsing Rods. Okay. So we're going to do 7 to 5. All right. So Donna, give me a number. Never mind. I don't need it. I'm going to go 4 and then 3. Okay. So you have Destiny card. I really like my dragon cards. And you have nutrition card came up. So what I did was I split it into 5, and then I was told give her number 4 and give her number 3. So I don't know what you were going to say, but I was yelled at. So the number 4 card was the destiny, and the number 3 card was nutrition. So these are the ones that you're supposed to have. And it's destiny. It's page 25. Says the star wanderer dragon shines in every conceivable color. It's so pretty. This large and powerful dragon has brought its high frequency vibrations to you today to deliver a message. Open your heart as wide as possible now and hear reality's words. Today is the day on which you may once again choose your fate. So think carefully about who you wish to be. Consider the path you wish to follow henceforth. Your truth lies deep in your heart. Listen to it. You bear power and love. You are the heir of the divine source, and you will decide how your destiny looks. The moment has arrived for you to become a hero or heroine in your life. Hosts of angels and every light-filled being will bow before you. May this day bring you happiness. May it burn into your soul like a light-filled seal on the past, bringing the old to a close and symbolizing a new path. Have courage. And then take a moment each time that you think about it and say that I am the heroine of my life. I am following the path of my soul. Oh. And then you were going to say 4. Well, that's good because that's what you got. That was the number 4. And the nutrition is 65. It says, you are aware of the importance of diet and nutrition. If you draw this card, think long and hard about the subject. If you're a vegetarian, make sure you are getting all the important nutrients you need. Have your blood iron and key vitamin levels checked. Change your diet for a month and try to eat light-filled food. Distinguish between food that keeps you alive and food that truly nourishes. Base half of your diet on foodstuffs that have life within them, such as fresh fruit and vegetables. Bread is a staple food, but an apple provides nourishment for life. Both are important, so do not make any judgments. Eat lots of herbs during this time. You have drawn this card as it is important for you to be powerful, healthy, and clear on your path right now. Connect with the green dragon. Look at it properly and give thanks. It is watching over you and wants to show you where the powerful vibrations from holy plants come from. Meditate with it and allow it to show you these places. You can absorb the vibrations from valuable herbs via your light body. Let a light-filled part of you take a journey on this incredibly beautiful dragon to the Amazon basin and other places where magical plants grow. Walk with it in your own neighborhood and enjoy the clear, truth-bearing vibrations that the dragon brings you. Hey!
Hey.
All right, Donna, did that resonate with you? Well, good. See, that means you're doing the right thing. That just means it's validation that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, which is excellent. Just don't forget that the other stuff, like the breads and stuff, they have purposes too. So while it's important to do that, like I said, just maintain your balance.
Okay. All right. Good job.
Aw.
I have a question. Karen from Gunslingers Gulch was on here. Are you still on here, Karen? Because I think that what I wrote down the other day might have something to do for you.
And while she's answering, we had a couple people also asked for readings as well.
Oh, fantastic. Well, let me get that set up here.
Then we had, So Anne had asked about seeing love coming into her life, and Heather had asked about oracle card reading. I like oracle cards. You know that. Heather needs a goddess card, I think. Heather's a goddess. Yeah, so I don't, do you know the way that I see, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, the way I see automatic writing is it's not like, oh, hey, I want a message for so-and-so. Let me write this down. It's more spirits telling me that they have something they want to say. You're paying attention and doing as spirit is telling you to. And then whenever you come back out, you read it and go, I have no idea who this is for, but I'll know when I see that person.
Right. Yeah. And I think it's more the latter. Actually, I think it's because when I was writing these messages, it wasn't, I have specific handwriting. I write more like my mother's handwriting. And so very kind of, people always comment on how awesome my handwriting is when I actually think it kind of sucks. But the handwriting that I had wrote down, some of the things, some of the letters that I wrote down on my automatic writing, I don't do. I don't make small A's. I don't make small E's. My writing in normal is half cursive and half regular.
Right,
it's pretty. It's a lazy way to do it, but that's just I've always done that way. But well, I don't know if she's on anymore.
Yeah, she hasn't answered yet. She might have just dropped in to say hello.
Okay.
And I was thinking I could go get my dowsing rods if people just had like yes or no questions. Although, again, cheating.
Yeah. No. Because I watched a really good video on a gentleman that was doing answer no questions. I have a set of dowsing rods as well.
Yeah. I can go get them real quick. They're just right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it.
All right. So entertain. Your turn.
Entertain. So yeah, everybody, let's see. Why don't we do the yes and no answer questions first with Elizabeth and the dowsing rods, and kind of go. This will be something new for us that we haven't done yet, and I'm kind of curious because I saw a really cool video on that today that somebody was using dowsing rods. I have a set. I've never used them, but this will be interesting.
Ah. Okay. Let me just ta-da! So these are the Dowsing Rods. They have these really cool little skulls on them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got them from, we went on a little ghost hunt thing in Essex. Back before I was like with the Paranormal in the Funhouse, we just went on like one of those, like you pay to go ghost hunting, and they were selling them there, and I was like, oh, I need some, and so I got some, and I think that was the start of my chaos and obsession with the equipment. Okay, so let me just ask real quick.
Okay. I'm gonna ask a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Now I gotta think of a question. Are we doing good work here?
Okay. Can you answer Jay's question? That you have to answer the question, not just go back to straight. Are we doing good work here? I'm getting like this whole, he already knows the answer to that. That's a really stupid question. Like I literally am hearing like, oh God, yeah. Can we please?
Really?
Please.
Okay. Come on.
Okay, there you go. There's your yes.
Okay.
Can you return, please?
All right. Okay. I get it. All right. So, Donna wants to know. Let me put it up there. Donna wants to know. Okay, I'm first. Ask my guide if my life is good.
So Donna.
Yeah. So you can ask.
Yeah. So Donna, to Donna's guide, is her life good? It's, you know what? I'm cheating so bad because I'm getting these answers like the spirit is telling me.
Okay,
and
so
they're not yes or no answers.
Okay, so to our guides on both sides, can we let these people know that we want to do this? Answer yes or no questions with the.
Yeah, are you willing to provide these yes or no answers for us? So it's like this maybe. So yeah, so yes, sometimes. Okay, so will you return it, please? So on the ones that you're giving me the answer, am I supposed to answer what I'm hearing? And I'm getting nothing. I guess because I already know the answer to that question.
All right.
So for Anne, can you answer, will Anne find, I think she said, will Anne find love in the next year? I can't remember if she said that. She just said, or can I find love? Okay, am I doing something first or doing something wrong? They're like not moving at all.
Well, I noticed that.
Except for the one. What is what?
Yeah, that's weird.
So now it's going to no. So no, I'm not doing anything wrong. It's just I already know the answer to these questions, so I'm not supposed to. What'd she say? Then my life is good. Do they see me moving away?
Moving away.
Is Donna going to move away? Again, nothing.
Maybe we're asking the wrong questions.
Yeah, I think. Let me see. Do the questions need to be reformatted? No, that was quick.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Heather. Okay, so.
Let me ask this. Do you have a message for somebody? Do you have a message for somebody in the chat room?
Do you have a message for someone in the chat room? Nothing. This is really strange. I have honestly, even on investigations, they're always so quick to answer. Donna wants to know if her mom's okay. You know what? I don't think this is what we're supposed to be doing today.
I guess not.
Like, this is proof. This is not how it's, what? See, there you go. I got a yes, like that quick. Okay, you got it. Putting it away. Okay.
Well,
so they said no cheating.
Right. So that's kind of the way we do it. I mean, it's for basic communication. I'm hearing it's for basic communication, and that's about it.
Yeah, so, we don't need the basic communication. Yeah.
We are.
They're like, you already know. You can hear everything we're saying. You don't need yes or no answers.
Okay, so Karen just texted me and said that she's back. So
okay.
If you can hear this, Karen, I need to know. I'm trying to read this writing because this is. I wrote down a number. So, okay, so, and speaking of my automatic writing, let's see. Sorry, folks, I'm trying to multitask and I'm not doing it very well. It's bouncing all over. Yeah, okay. All right, so let's go to this. J. In your writing, does Spirit let you know of any information of loved ones passed or sick before they die? No, I haven't gotten that far yet because I just started kind of doing the automatic writing not long ago.
How did it come about for you?
It's something that I was always fascinated about years ago, and I always had this urge to try it and never. I'm like, yeah, I'm just whatever, And I was infatuated with this person whose name was Patience Worth. I don't know if you've ever heard of her.
So scary. My cat. No, I actually haven't. Patience Worth. No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, none of my writing. Like I said, I've done it. None of my writing has gotten that far, so I haven't. And I don't think that that's actually the path that I'm supposed to be on, anyways, because I really don't see the future like that, where I know this person or that person's gonna die or whatever. I don't. Yeah, I usually just give messages. No. Spirits don't do that. Usually my automatic writing comes from spirit, which comes from my guides or somebody else that will come through, and I will write down something random. I'm not even looking at it, so that's why it's hard for me to read the writing itself. So yeah. So let's see. Yeah, Karen's she's like 10 minutes behind us because she just texted me and said she's now getting the Dowsing Rods.
Oh.
Yeah, on YouTube. I don't know why YouTube is getting so laggy.
Is it like trying to stream or something? And that's really
I don't know why. Huh. Okay, so
Yeah, it's 10 p.m. in Toronto. Heather.
Heather, I'm seeing March or April. It could be a very last minute thing, or it could be where you thought you weren't gonna move, but then you might. So you have to pay attention when it comes around that time. I just saw April is all I saw. I saw the month. So, and to pay attention. So, okay, back to my automatic writing. Now, I have one of the things I wrote on there. One of the things. You're welcome, Heather. One of the things that I got in there was to go to the something barn. That I can't read the handwriting because it's not mine. And then I get numbers on my first page. I got numbers that. Oh, that says flight 895432. Okay, so.
Were you able to look that one up?
Yeah, that's weird. Is somebody going to be going on a plane soon? Maybe. I don't know. It's weird.
Are flights usually aren't that 895? What'd you say 432?
Yeah. I think that says flight, or it says light. I don't know, but it's.
Let's just see.
Sometimes automatic writing. Some of the messages don't come for immediate. It's usually it can be anywhere from a month to a year to, So it could be really for anybody. So. Somebody in the chat room has a question that they are afraid to answer. So I don't know who it is, but I'm
afraid to ask.
Yeah, or somebody's afraid to ask. Somebody wants to ask a question who's been kind of behind the scenes here. If you've got a question, feel free to ask it and see if we can.
Heather's goddess card.
So I know it's coming. Heather Wild.
Ah! Oh, okay.
Heather Schwam Heath. I'll let Elizabeth answer that question, and then I will talk with Heather Wild here as soon as you're done with that.
So, Heather, there's a couple things for you. You got 3 cards that flew out for you. But so first, when it comes to spirit guides and how do you speak to them? So spirit guides and talking to spirit guides is just the same way as if you're talking to yourself. For some people, hearing your spirit guide is like hearing your own voice in your head. I know when I first started this, because of my family's history or my mother's history with schizophrenia, I was super worried about having that genetic illness. And so I was very, very concerned with hearing someone else's voice in my head. So I was basically hearing myself talk to me. So it's the same way they can read your thoughts, just your spirit guides, because they're assigned to you. Your team is assigned to you from the time that you're born until the time that you cross over. You may have new spirit guides that come in and out depending on what you're going through at the time. So if you're having a really tough time, you might have somebody like your grandmother may come by, and she may be assigned as your spirit guide for a little while and then depart whenever her job is, or her mission that she was meant to help you with, is over with. Who your guides are. So I'm getting 2 to 3 that you've had consistently, and you've actually been talking to one a lot. I keep hearing the name Christina. I don't know why. That may or may not be her name. Yikes. But that is the name that I am hearing. Doubting. You're relatively new to everything about this. There are so many places that you can go also to get like additional information about spirit guides. There's a lot of really cool things on YouTube. There's a lot of really amazing teachers that can really like break it down. They even have like little meditations where you would sit down and go into this meditation, listen to it, and then you basically get to meet your spirit guide as going through this meditation. So it's really, really cool. So this one's Heather Swam. You have the main card that pulled up, face up, looking at me, staring at me like crazy. That is beauty. This is from the Goddess deck from Colette Baron Reed. And so while Jay is connecting with Heather Wild. No, so by Christina, you may not have a Christina or know a Christina, but that is the name that I'm getting. So you have to understand, just because it doesn't make sense to you right this second, it will when it's time. So this message for you says you are at your most lovely when you are being yourself. The Japanese goddess of beauty reminds you that knowing, accepting, and honoring yourself as a spiritual being in a physical body requires self-care. Now is the time to support yourself by surrounding yourself with beauty and choosing to see its power in every aspect of your life. If you can commit to doing that, you will be amazed at how much more beauty arises to greet you. Open your eyes to the wonder everywhere. Even in the most unexpected places, beauty waits to be discovered. Consider this before you turn away from a person, place, or thing. Beauty is everywhere. It's your time to find it. And the goddess Benzai 10 will help you. Then radical acceptance and rebirth. So radical acceptance, that's interesting. It says, when you see life as a battleground, you lose sight of a more easeful way to be in the world. Can you stand in the middle of the chaos and allow yourself to center in the quiet hum in the eye of the storm? Let the peace of Freya, the Norse goddess of war, enter your mind. Amid the flurry of battle, she came to collect the fallen and bring them to a place of rest and recuperation. Freya is here to remind you that the acceptance of defeat is not the end. She offers the grit of acceptance, the knowing that there is nothing to resist right now. See your world at face value and look into it with discernment. When you see with greater clarity, not taking this world so personally, you will not have to fight at all. If you take full stock of your conditions, surrendering to what is, you can move to higher ground, begin again, or wait until the drama dies down on its own. You are the strongest, most grounded, and most powerful when you remember this is the strategy the goddess Freya offers in your support. And then last but not least, because I think I was I don't really have a choice.
That's usually how it works.
Yeah. This is Isis, the rebirth card. The process of soul retrieval, resurrection, and rebirth is the theme recurrent through the stories of the Egyptian goddess Isis, and one that she invites you to address now. This is a powerful moment to see some of what you thought you'd lost go through a process of regeneration to live again. Like magic, the pieces of you that were considered lost in old wounds and stories are ready to be reclaimed in a healthier, more mature version. Where you were hopeless, now there is hope. Where you lost faith, you have the capacity for even more now. Where there was inequity and injustice, now you can see a better way. Where you were abandoned, now you can choose you. You are ready to face these parts of yourself and to gather them together as you step into a newer, more powerful version of yourself, your work, your relationships, and your creativity. Have courage. Let go of blame, claim your accountability, and then co-create something better. You can do this. The goddess Isis has come to help you as a potent supporter in your growth.
Awesome.
So, Heather, I kept seeing that you have been considering, and if you haven't, maybe you should be, going out on your own and doing stuff on your own. And that's one of those things that there's something that's, whether it's fear or that being afraid that something is not going to be successful, or that what you see as stability you might lose. And I'm just being told to tell you, whatever that thing is, take that chance, that you'll be glad that you did.
Awesome. Oh, I hope that helped, Heather.
Yeah.
Hey, Heather Wild. You wanted to know if there was somebody that was coming through for you, correct? And the first thing that I got right away was a child, probably around maybe 3 to 4. But also there was a tall man, an older man, standing next to him. Does this make sense to you? Okay. What I'm seeing with this child is that he's the child itself. I want to say that he looks like he has safari gear on, and that's weird. I mean, that's odd. Safari gear with the jacket. I mean, it looks like the child was ready to go on an African safari. It's really weird. The gentleman is a tall, bearded man. I got to remember that some of these things that come through, well, yeah, that come through, it may take either some time to validate. You know, that's why. Heather Schwam Heath. This is for Heather Watt. Yeah, that's my step-parent. Yeah.
It's hard when you have two Heathers.
Yeah. We have two Heathers, so it's okay. It's okay. No, it happens. So, Heather Wild, your stepdad. Okay. Like I said, I still see this child. It's like 4 years old, and like he looks like he's going on a safari. It's just the weirdest thing. He's even got the hat on. It was also brought to my attention of a red tricycle. So yeah, the man, the tall man, they're just standing there. Let's see. Because I'm also being shown a syringe and needle. That's okay.
Will they have ads on the Twitch stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably. I'm also being shown an open book. So whatever that symbolization is, it's an open book. Thanks, Donna.
Bye, Donna.
Okay. That kind of makes sense. After he had shown me, okay. You have a, Heather Wild, you had a rough time, kind of a rough life. And I see that it's like an open book. It's kind of like the message I'm kind of getting is that you could write a book. You could tell a story. Yeah, that's what this guy is basically alluding to. It's like you're an open book. You should tell your story. When he showed me the needle first, it was kind of confusing. But then when he showed me the book, right? Yeah, and this gentleman that's there is also saying that you could definitely write a story and write a book. And that's his way of sending a message to you saying, tell your story to get it out there. As far as the child that I see still standing next to him in this safari gear, I have no idea who he is. Except the fact that it seems like it's a family member to him or some type of family. That's the best way I can describe it. But he's a cute little kid. It's hard to tell what he actually looks like because his head fits inside his safari hat, and it's cute. So, let me see if I get this straight. Yeah, the child is passed. Oh yeah, the child is passed. He's saying the man is saying he's with me, and if this is your friend Fred, you go way back with him. Okay. Just acknowledge that he sees you. He's trying to encourage you to write a book. That's basically the best way I'd describe it. You have a story. When he showed me that syringe first, and then he showed me this open book, that was clear signs to me that your life has been rough and your history should be in a book. Yeah, he said that you go. He said you guys go way back. Yeah, you guys go way back. Yeah, you guys used to do some things that weren't so great, but he was a big supporter of you, or he thought a lot of you, and he keeps bringing this home. That tell your story. Yeah, he says tell your story, and they're leaving, but just remember, I don't know who the child was, but he said he's with me, so I don't know who that was, but yeah. Okay. I'm serious. I mean, yeah, he's really just like from what the emotion and the feeling that I get gives me chills because he's like, she has an amazing story to tell. So, yeah. So yeah, that's all. Now, usually when I see them turn and then they kind of freeze, like that means that they're pulling their energy or they're walking way back to the light. So then but I don't really see them. So, but that was the message. Yeah, it was a pretty straightforward guy. I just don't know who the kid was. It was the cutest little thing. You're welcome, Heather Wild. Yes, indeed. I'm sorry. I don't mean to make you cry. But it's a realization that there's more to life out there than we realize. And our past cannot doesn't always have to define who we are, but we can take our past and make it into something that can be inspirational to somebody else. And you have that in you. So
Okay, Jay,
yes.
it's your turn.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do this to you because I was told I had to.
Well, I already knew that before we even started talking.
You're welcome. I don't know.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know if I'm gonna be like, okay, but I was told. Yeah, I was told. I
yeah,
was like, yeah, you either gonna ask or she's just gonna do it. I'm like, okay.
yeah. So at first I was gonna do a card, but I was told I'm not allowed to do a card for you, because the message needs to not be something that you could try to logically explain, as far as with a card deck.
Okay.
Um, your doubt has been getting the best of you lately.
Mhm.
And with the people that you have helped and the paths that you have started,
Mhm.
you are putting pylons in your path that you are creating hurdles to make yourself jump over.
Ding, 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 ding. What do we have for Johnny?
So there's a couple different things. So one, am I allowed to cuss? Because
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Go ahead.
the phrase is cut that shit out.
Mhm.
Um, then you have the other piece that says not so much the figure it out, but it's like find the puzzle piece that puts it all into place. And when you find that puzzle piece, stop seeing it for something that it isn't, because it shines in front of you, but you're like stamping out the light and looking past it. So when you see it, you already know it, and you don't have to make it fit because it does fit.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mhm.
And if
I
it
do.
doesn't, it will. But your the amount the amount of people that you are helping, and I know we've talked about this before. Um,
I'm losing you. Okay. Yeah, you're freezing on me.
interesting.
Okay. Because I didn't hear
Yeah,
any
you
of that
froze
except.
too. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I don't know where you talked about the hurdles and then what's in front of me
Mm.
and the puzzle fits and the piece of puzzle fits and
Yeah.
then what? I didn't hear anything else.
So think of it, and I know, like I said, we've talked about this before, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
being told to bring it up again. because it's these second, third, and fourth order effects that when you are providing someone the information, whether or not you think they need it at the time, even it sits and resonates with them, that is the people that they tell and the people that they tell and the changes that they have made, that the impact just continues on. So when you allow those obstacles to block you or even delay you, that you've put in on your own, you are stopping or delaying that process, and you're making that person go somewhere else, which wasn't what was supposed to happen.
Okay. Right. Okay. No, that makes total sense.
Good.
I overthink it.
Yeah.
But like with this last one with Heather, yeah, I basically just said what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only thing I could do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the symbolization was there, and I picked that up pretty quickly, so that's a good thing. So it's times like this that I have to not be in my own way. I have to get out of my own way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good that everybody who's watching this knows that Elizabeth has always, been in my corner to help me to realize this, because she came onto my radar a year ago.
Yeah.
Where she was kind of where I was now, thinking about putting all those roadblocks, or wondering if, what if she could do it. When in reality, when Spirit told me this is who she is, and she's going to be really good at what she does, and she has to realize it. And now look at her. I mean, she's more confident than I am in some aspects. So,
just when I get the message.
There's yes, thank you, Heather Schwam. Yeah, I know that I can do this, and that I know that I was supposed to. You have to realize there's life in general, and there are naysayers out there, and there are people that you run into and you work with, or you live with, or whoever, that don't necessarily believe in what you do, and that makes it hard. So therefore, I kind of invent these roadblocks.
Yeah, I think sometimes too, if there's somebody who is not so much a skeptic, because I think even skeptics, like family members, come through for them, like even if we don't say what they say, but it's more when they put up that block and all you see is darkness. Right. And when they do that, and you're just like, okay, does that mean I'm like, there's nobody there? Or like, does that mean I'm just not seeing something? Like, what is happening? And I know that sometimes can have a play on on the confidence as well.
Right. Yeah, it's been a battle for a while, but you know what? Yeah. I'm trying to work through it, but I need these reminders. And when Elizabeth gives me these reminders and she sees that. I mean, she knows right away if I'm talking to her, even in a text, and she'll say, what are you doing? But I've also said the same thing to her, because the fact that everybody has bad days. Everybody has those days where they just don't feel like being themselves, and it's totally okay. If you want to be somebody that can actually help people or help anybody, the one thing that has been drilled in my head from day one is be your true, genuine self. Be the best version of yourself that you can be. We all struggle with that, and we all fall short of it. But as long as you give your best, or everything that you can give, that you have in you, that's all you can ask.
Yeah, for sure.
And thank you, Heather. Yeah, that's just the way it's been since last year when I introduced her, or when I was introduced to Paranormal in the Funhouse,
Yeah.
and Brandon and all those guys, and yeah, she's been a good part of the team, and she's a good medium, So, but I got to remember, folks, we do this not for any. The only reason why we do this is the fact that we want to be able to reach out to people, and we want to be able to help people who have questions, or who have legitimate concerns about a loved one or themselves. You know, it's it's not about notoriety for us. It's not about anything like that. It's what's in our heart that comes out. You know, so I feel more comfortable now than I did a year ago when I was doing interviews on my show and stuff. I mean, I didn't really think that I was going to be doing, psychic readings, but here I am.
Yeah, here you are.
So, and we've had an outpour of support from a lot of different people, and we love all of you guys, and we thank every one of you. Because you guys are there in our corner, and that means a lot to us. So, but let's see, it's 9:30 for me.
Yeah, for me it's 10:36.
Yeah, I have to work in the morning, but we'll take two questions. One question, we'll take two questions that are a psychic question, not a reading question, just a psychic question. If you've got a question, we'll take two more questions, one for me and one for Elizabeth, and then we'll probably have to head it off because we both have to work early in the morning.
Yep.
So if somebody has a question for me or Elizabeth, feel free to ask them. I feel like I'm going to listen to the Jeopardy. The final question.
Yeah.
She's got a strong connection. She's got a lot going on around her, like spiritually. Mm-hmm. I could see this large family, you know what I mean, of positive energy that.
Yeah, but I also get doubt. So that
I guess that seems to be the theme for these.
Yeah. Because it's like and I actually, whenever I was doing her cards, I kept seeing almost like she's hiding.
Oh yeah. No, I see her putting her hand up saying nope.
Yeah. And I don't know whether it's because it's a family, like the family doesn't want to talk about it, or if it's religion. That
Heather, you can weigh in anytime now.
Yeah. It's just I keep seeing it. So it's obvious that that you have them.
She said, yes, damn, you're good.
Yeah. But it's like that constant, like, oh my gosh, cut it out, Heather. Seriously. Yeah, well, so that was actually, it's really funny because when I was I forget who, it was just tonight, that like family members and what happens when family members know you have this gift.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, or they don't believe it because when they know you from when you were little, or they don't believe in the gift or the gifts or intuition or whatever you want to call it. And so you're having to struggle And I know everyone has a different experience. When I was growing up, it was if you have tarot cards or oracle cards, they're evil.
Yep.
They're a gateway to the devil.
Right.
That angels only come to prophets, and like it was this whole thing. So when I started like learning, it was my fear was that I was going to be shunned, like just
I can totally relate to that. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So Heather, if you're going through that similar, then I could totally commiserate with what you're going through.
Yeah.
So.
And yeah, the thing I think for you, yes, you do. And I think as soon as you even just hint at it and hint at the fact that, hey, you saw this, and just like whether it's this podcast or whether it's something you look up and just say, hey, what do you think about this? You're going to start hearing the stories. And then you'll have to decide, because the one thing is you have to remember your path is your path, not theirs.
Right.
So if your path is to go down this way, which I feel like it is, and to go and start helping people, or at least learning and deciding if that's really what you want to do.
Right.
Then you have to decide that that's what you're going to do. And they love you, and they're going to accept you for you. And they might go, oh yeah, Heather's out there talking to ghosts again, or whatever that they're going to say. But at the same time, they love you, and they're going to go, like my sister did. My sister, who I never in a million years thought that she would message me about this, and was like, hey, so I have a question, but I didn't want to bother you. So you have to understand that you never know. And when you start, as you're learning, like you're going to be able to help those people, your family members that also have that gift. Mm-hmm. And you guys are going to be stronger for it, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yep.
Sorry, that was really long-winded. I'm sorry.
That's all right. No, yeah, Heather, you keep in contact with Elizabeth, and and even me. I mean, if you want to, have any questions or whatever, we'll be more than happy to answer. It's whatever we can. So we're trying to do this more during the week and stuff like this, but it's kind of hard. We both work long hours. We both drive an hour to work. You know what I mean? And so yeah, it can be kind of trying at times. So we try to get on here as much as we can, and I'm going to try to start setting up Wednesdays, and I think Wednesdays will probably be a good day to do so.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I'm hearing, is Wednesdays will be a good day to do it, and kind of just go from there. But you're welcome, Heather.
Yeah.
Keep in touch with us. We're here to help. That's why we do this. So, all right. On that note, anybody that hasn't seen any of my past shows on YouTube, please go back and watch some of them, and please subscribe to my channel. I only have 96 subscribers. It's not that big of a deal, but I kind of would like to be able to reach a lot more people. So, share this out or share my page out for the YouTube or whatever would be appreciated.
And how many do you have to have, like, to go live or something there?
It's 50 now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only, it used to be 100.
Oh.
And then they changed it. That's why I'm able to broadcast this on YouTube now.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Thank you, Liz.
Thank you, Liz. All right. So on that note, it's time for us to end this, and we want to thank everybody who watched. And
the link.
Yes, I can do that. Let's see here. Real quick. Oops. Nope, that's not it. Let's see. There it is.
Yay!
So if anybody, that link should work. Yeah, it'll show on the link. It'll show on the show itself. So, all right, everybody, we want to thank you very much. Much love to everybody. Thank you, Elizabeth, for another great show. Thank you for what you do. And we will catch you all again, hopefully next Wednesday.